Well, good afternoon, folks. It's about 1:30 p.m. on September the 29th, and I'm standing outside my home. Today is a happy day. For the first time in 5 years, counting from 30th of November 2020, my wife, our precious daughter, and I will lay our head on our pillow and be able to sleep well. Sleep had evaded us for the last ongoing 5 years. We were subject to systematic hate, harassment, bullying. We were told to get out of this country, go back to India. What are your buffaloes? You're rats from a third world country. Oftentimes, fist was held up like this, and I was told, come and fight me like a man. Where are your balls? Did you have them cut up and swallowed? I was asked of these kind of questions anytime I step out of the house. I step out of our garage. We had cameras staring at us all the time, and a certain fellow would come out and abuse us, keep on abusing us and calling us all this. This is all on security cameras, so we have a CHRO against this person. However, nothing was stopping him from attacking us. There are 26 plus police incident reports. There are 2 cases on which he's been criminally tried for falsely arresting me. I'm in my car, I'm trying to come out of our driveway, and he wouldn't allow me. And then he was putting nails on our driveway to dissuade us from selling our home. All of these things we have weathered in 5 years. I don't want to go into the specifics of all the tortures, the mental tortures we've been through, but we've been through a lot. You see, I have lost all my hair in these last 5 years, worrying for my family, worrying for my daughter who was attacked with an SUV on the 21st of February 2021 when she came and she told me, Dad, so-and-so is scaring me. What was I supposed to do? Just because I'm a brown guy, I'm an American citizen. Just because I'm brown, I should take these kind of ill treatment towards my family and me, especially my preteen daughter those days. Folks, I could not tolerate this. Unlike other people in this neighborhood, many of them fled. Many of them sold their homes in desperation and fled. People of color, just like me. They were from different parts of Asia, other parts of the world. They sold their homes in desperation and fled. We tried to leave too, but our efforts to sell our home was frustrated. We lost a lot of money on so many fronts. But today I'm happy to tell you, I just returned from the court. Much respect for our California court system. Much respect for the Superior Court of Santa Clara County. This is all a new experience for me. I never thought I would be dealing with this for 5 long years. I never thought. The only reason I was on social media, because I did not want to experience the same hell and the phobia and the fears that my neighbors experience. As I told you, some of them were tenants of other homeowners. They just quit giving up their leases much in advance and just fled the neighborhood. Successive police captains have been to our home, and I've seen all this that goes on, but nothing was stoppable, and it was horrible. I decided to stand up. I'm a first-generation immigrant to the United States of America. I'm a CPA. I have a busy practice. My clients have suffered. My family has suffered. My daughter, her grades started going down. This perfectly smart kid, and she wouldn't be where she was today if I had not left everything and focused on getting her grades back, getting her to be rid of all this phobia. Unlike other Indian parents, and I'm not blaming anybody, people ran away. Nobody wants to deal with this. But when your own daughter comes to your home office, those days it was COVID time, I was sitting and working from my home upstairs, and she bursts in and says, so-and-so is scaring me. And she had frightened look in her eyes, helpless feeling. She's come to her dad, and she's asking for protection. Do I just fold up and say, desperation, sell my home and go? How long? India has been through colonial rule for 200 plus years, right? And I was born in free India. I came here to the United States with an education on an H-1B visa 30 years ago, right? I was accepted here because of my credentials, because of the knowledge that I was bringing to this country as a fintech person. And to have this kind of an experience, to be told to get out of this country, go back to India, water your buffaloes, etc., all kinds of stuff. There's a lot. I couldn't take it, guys. Somebody had to stand up. Of course, I'm a self-employed guy. My business suffered. My clients suffered. I had to let go so many clients. My main concern became my daughter, born in Santa Clara County, raised here, cannot live the rest of her life in fear like this of a person who feels that he's of a superior race. And I, because I'm brown, I'm inferior. I'm not joking. I have documentary evidence of testimonials of people of Hispanic race who have encountered this guy, and he's told them, you have no rights to be alive. You're pigs, etc. Those poor dears never bothered to go to court. I went to court because my daughter needed protection. My daughter needed to know that her dad's standing up for her. I'm not a guy who would go and hit him or fight him, although many times it was like, come and fight me like a man. I wouldn't do that. I knew what he was up to. But today, it gives me great joy that even though it's taken 5 years to come this far, that the courts of the United States are the last bastion of hope in a democracy. I, as a professional accountant, am familiar with the law. We have to be, as accountants, we have to be. Whether I was a chartered accountant in India or as a CPA over here, we're familiar with the laws. We understand. And I was surprised when I was told, F-face, I'm not using the foul language that I have been subjected to, but I'll just say F-face, you can understand. You think you will get a restraining order against me? I'm a rock star lawyer in Santa Clara County. I teach law at the Santa Clara Jesuit University. Most of the judges of today are my students. I was surprised. I said, I am being harmed. I'm a homeowner. I'm being harmed. And my wife is being harmed. My daughter is being harmed. And I cannot get a restraining order just because so-and-so is a lawyer? That is wrong. That is very wrong. The reason I was on social media, let me come back to that point, was only because I wanted to stay alive. Because you have not seen, I have seen the fear of my neighbors who fled from here in desperation. Every one of our neighbors, before they left, they knocked at our door and said, bye, we're leaving. And some of these neighbors have been also subject to lawsuits. Those guys have lost thousands and thousands of dollars. I have lost a lot of money because I decided to stand. I have seen lawyers abandoning me. I'm so thankful to the lawyer who saw through all this for us. Of course, it's not over. I will let the court, whatever happened in court today or whatever will happen successive days, let the courts deal with it. I just want to say that I came out on social media to talk about this because I wanted to stay alive. I sang, I did cooking, I did all kinds of things because can you imagine living like this? Having to build your daughter's confidence up, my wife suffered a lot. I am suffering a lot. And to stay normal, I did all that. I'm not trying to become a singer. No. I'm an accountant. I have a business to run. But I did everything to keep myself positive. I don't have time to go and see a shrink. I'm sorry. I had to become my own shrink and treat myself. That's how I managed. So I would engage with people on social media, get into arguments. Recently, Charlie Kirk passed away. I got into discussions. I have tremendous respect for Charlie Kirk, whether people among the Democrats agree or not. I don't know everything about him. But a man was shot dead for just talking plain in a college campus. And it touched my heart to the quick. I don't know what kind of opinions people have about whoever. But all of these arguments or discussions on Facebook that I did, or LinkedIn or Instagram, etc., was to keep me alive. to keep me going, because I had this in mind. And today's date has largely helped me a lot. But now I have a daughter who's going to college next year. That kid needs good environment. Our house was subjected to spurious liens all the time. Today, one of the most significant things that happened is no more liens can be put on our house. Okay, there's a judgment. I can hold that judgment up and say, no more liens, spurious liens, false complaints to the city about our home, that we are, all kinds of aspersions, just because you're brown. Now, just because you're brown doesn't mean that you have if God Almighty has given intelligence to every color. There is no superior race in this world. No, that's a total misconception. It's a wrong way of living life. We're all equal. Red, brown, black, yellow, white, who you may be. We all are. We live in Silicon Valley. I find scientists, competent engineers among every race. How can one race claim superiority? You tell this to any of the captains of industry in the United States, they laugh at it. They hire people from all over the world. So these are all things that concern me as a professional accountant and somebody who knows the laws of the land. I said, how can it be that somebody can say, F-face, do you think you'll get a restraining order against me? No, I had to stand up. I have a moral obligation to society. It's not just my clients that are important. I've seen people cry and leave this neighborhood. That's not the way to live. And so that is why I'm coming again for the last time. I never foresaw myself being on social media as much as tonight we will sleep well. We could not sleep well, folks. You had no idea what we were going through. Many people don't understand why I was on social media, singing, playing, and I earned a lot of brickbats. I'm not saying that I have a great voice. No, I'm not trying to become a singer either. But whatever I did, I shared. The reason I did is because I'm being stalked on the internet all the time. And I wanted this narcissistic person to know that I am going to stand defiant. Okay? And I was on social media because I needed help, because the police were helpless, the city attorney is helpless, the mayor is helpless, the council member is helpless. The judges were being threatened. All these things, lawyers were afraid and leaving. Every time we are losing money, right? We have no hopes or hope of ever getting our monies back. Forget that. Your peace of mind is the most important thing. We lost it. I have to rebuild my whole practice again. All those things can be done, but like a Damocles sword, if you have a lawsuit constantly, if one gets over, a lien got removed in the year 2022 or 23 by Honorable Judge Peter Kerwin. He then retired. From then onwards, we have been in limbo. It's like, you go to a doctor, he knows your whole case, and then, that doctor retires or goes somewhere else, and then you have a new doctor come in, your whole files go, but they don't, it takes a long time for that doctor to come to speed. And every time there's a delay, there's a gap. Our man had the fantastic ability to, concoct more things, more delays. Demurrers, this thing, that thing. He even alleged that I'm having an affair with one of the deputy DAs. Then that had to be investigated. And then when it was found that it was only a delay tactic, again delays. 3 times criminal proceedings were stalled. There are many things like this. But I will let the courts deal with matters. I will let the court handle it. I was a troubled father, and I wanted to give courage to my daughter. I wanted my family to stay strong during this horrible situation. No, but none of us expected this thing to last for 5 years, guys. So I will never come again on social media and sound like a broken record. There are YouTube videos I've done about all this. That is all in the past. You can go and search my name and you'll see YouTube videos about all the harassment and the tortures that we have weathered. But today is a good day. Today is a day we can look forward to being able to sleep well. I've lived 30 years in the United States of America. I've lived in other countries too. I never imagined that as a person of color, I would have to pay with my skin to get my freedom and my rights here in the United States. Never thought that. And this can happen to others also. The other reason I'm here talking to you folks is to tell you, never be afraid. Never, 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 ever be afraid of people like this. There are people like this here in the United States. Yeah, they may shoot you, they may kill you. I hope not. Thank God we are alive. We didn't die. But it's important to be courageous and strong and know that you yourself are also an equal rights citizen of any color you may be. If you're a naturalized citizen, you are a citizen. You have full rights. You have voting rights. You have all the privileges. Talk to your council member. If you don't know all these things, you're new to the country, I would say talk to you. Go to your council member's office. Go to your mayor's office. Talk to your representative. Tell them, I'm new to this country. Tell me more. I am a citizen, yeah, but tell me more. Or I'm a green card holder. Tell me more. What are the privileges and the rights? Are there people of superior race in this country? Are there attorneys who have, special rights as citizens as opposed to ordinary guy like me? No, there isn't anything like that. But every kind of phobia is used just because you're from another country and that other country is interpreted as a country that is full of people who are herding buffaloes. No. India is a great country. Let me tell you, I had all my education in India. But it was very easy for this fellow to tell the police, oh, they're foreigners. They're from India. And they don't understand our customs, etc. All kinds of nonsense. And I have a $14 million lawsuit, a spurious lawsuit, okay? He created a spurious lawsuit and then he put a lien on our house. He said that these people go back to India. Who knows if they go back, what about my lawsuit? So I need surety, so I'm going to put a lien on our house. These are the ridiculous grounds on which a lien was put on our house in the first place. After the lien was removed, badgering one thing or the other against our home, against our fence, and then, too much of all this. So one day, proper decrees will come out, proper judgments will come out. Let them come out. And I hope that someday the media takes interest in all this and stops these things. Let me tell you, nobody should lose money as much as my wife and I have lost through this process. Council members, district attorneys, mayors, please help citizens like us who go through this. Nowadays, Indians are being attacked everywhere. Indian Americans are being attacked. That's not fair. There are Hindus, there are Muslims, there are Christians. I happen to be from the Christian background. I have great respect for my Hindu and Muslim friends and Buddhist friends, Jainist friends. America is not a Christian country. It is a secular nation. Let's not kid ourselves. This is a secular nation and everybody has rights and privileges. Everybody has a right to worship the way they want. Everything is permitted. I'm not a MAGA person. Some people have mistaken me to be a MAGA guy. I'm not a MAGA person. Wherever things I see wrong, I will express my views. I may not be on social media as much. I have a business to run. My business has suffered over the last 5 years. I don't intend to keep it suffering. My clients require my attention. I can get back to my clients. I'm so happy. I can get back to my office and work from there. I've been working a lot out of my home office because I had to watch out for this specimen, a dangerous character who would, many times he has tried to kill me. It didn't happen because I was very alert. I was protecting my family. So, anyway, all these things are behind me now. Thank you. You won't see me on social media much, like a broken record talking about all this. Many people have taken pot shots at me. That's okay. That's okay, because they all didn't know anything what was going on. When your children are put through the kind of torture that we have been put through as parents, you'll understand. But it shouldn't happen. That's why I did this video, so that immigrants to this country, legal immigrants, I'm not talking about illegal immigrants, I'm talking about legal immigrants. You're a legal immigrant to the United States. Okay, be bold, be strong. It doesn't matter, even if you may not. I know some Oriental people. See, I grew up on English. In India, we all speak English. We all taught in English. But that may not necessarily be the case for somebody from the Far East. You may have struggles with languages, but you have rights, the same as everybody else. And reach out to people, reach out to communities. I reached out to I'm from Kerala, India. I reached out to my Malayali community. There was no help from them to help, represent our matter before a mayor nobody was there. We were alone. We were fighting the situation alone. Everybody abandons you when you go through a struggle, right? Without even understanding what's going on, they just abandon you. But we stood through all this. 5 years have gone by. Strong. Thank you. Thank you to all those who prayed for us, who had compassion for us, who wrote some nice notes on Facebook and LinkedIn and other, cared for us. That matters a lot. You prayed for us. That matters a lot. Above everything, let me thank my Lord Jesus Christ. Without His help, we would not have come this far. We would have been dead and 6 feet under the ground. The amount of money we have lost, we could have got traumatized. Because you know what? Money is not everything in life. Money is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm a finance guy. I understand. Money is important. But, over and above all that, values. That's what makes you values. You'll hear other entrepreneurs and people say that. It's your values. What do you learn? What do you learn from your ancestors? What you brought to this beautiful country? America is a great country. I was born in India. I was raised in India. I was an Indian citizen. I came here. I embraced US citizenship because I believe in this country. And what happened to us? It's a stray case. But they do happen. They do happen. Look at us. And there are 4 other neighbors who have been through this kind of torture, who are living around here. And before them, the people who left, they've all endured this. This victory is not just for me, my wife, and our daughter. This victory is for every Singaporean, Korean, East European, other Indian families who have lived around here, wept, cried, frightened, Vietnamese American neighbors. They've all been affected, but they never voiced their complaints to the law enforcement as much as I did. Why is that happening? Because people are losing faith in our systems. That shouldn't happen. Our systems are there, our procedures are there, so that we look up, we as citizens knock on the doors and expect that justice. We got that justice today. Things will evolve in its own time, but the most important thing was that my home stays protected and no more lawsuits threaten my home unnecessarily. Okay? That's the reason I did this. It's a 22-minute video. Good God, I don't want to make it long. I'm known for doing everything long. Thank you, folks. You guys are great. I got to get back to my work. There's a lot to catch up on, a lot to do for my clients. I love my clients. I love my family. Thank you so much.